21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
I'm Michael Shaw, and I'm the founder of the Michael Shaw Mindset and the Mastery Mindset Library. Working with high-performing entrepreneurs and being one myself, I've learned that the more successful we get, the heavier the emotional load that we carry. And we hide our anxiety behind hustle, and we mask our burnout with bravado. I know this to be true because I've lived it, and I've worked with countless others who have as well. Now, I built and sold 2 successful fitness businesses. This was pre-Instagram, but if it were today, my IG page would show highlights of beautiful homes and fancy cars and exotic vacations. From the outside, my life looked incredible. Success, security, stability, so much so that I was even able to fool myself most of the time. But behind the scenes, like many entrepreneurs, I was holding it together with smoke and mirrors. And then one day I asked myself, what if I could train my emotional resilience the same way I trained my body? And that one question led me to rebuild my life, infuse emotional IQ into my business plans, redefine success, and launch the Mindset Mastery movement. I used to think success was about building the biggest business, stacking wins, outworking everyone in the room. But after decades as an entrepreneur and some hard personal lessons, I've redefined it. Now, to me, success means living a life that actually feels good to wake up to. It's peace in your mind, purpose in your work, love in your home, and freedom in your calendar. Real success is alignment. It's having the courage to build a life that matches your values, not just your vanity metrics. I've been an entrepreneur ever since I can remember. I took over my brother's newspaper route when I was 8 years old. From there, I evolved into snow shoveling, mowing lawns, even car detailing. And I fell in love with the only limit on how much I could earn being how hard I could work. And when I was a teenager, minimum wage was $3.35 per hour. And it quickly became apparent that if I could provide services that people needed and would gladly pay for, I could make more in a day than my friends could in a week. And that drive carried over into my adulthood, where as a personal trainer, I went from earning $12 per session to buying the business I worked for in 3 short years, and then building multiple businesses throughout my career. But even with all of that success, there was still something missing. I faced painful personal challenges: divorce, financial strain, my father committed suicide. And these weren't just bumps in the road, they were crippling events that kept me in panic mode 24/7. Eventually, after years of trying to outrun and outwork my anxiety, I broke down. And while I'm sure many of those listening can identify with this struggle, it's exponentially worse when your outside persona is completely built around how physically strong you are. So I wasn't just an everyday guy and business owner dealing with anxiety. I was a personal trainer, competitive bodybuilder, triathlete, Muay Thai fighter having a breakdown. And thankfully, I possessed the gift of introspection and turned my breakdown into my breakthrough. I used all of the lessons I'd learned as a student of building the body and combined them with deep mindset work. And I realized that emotional fitness, not just ambition and hard work, is what carries you through life's real storms. And it was an epiphany that led to my creating a repeatable framework to help entrepreneurs perform at their highest level, not just in business, but in life as well. If you're an entrepreneur, you know how real the stress and load on your mental is. You're expected to lead, scale, innovate, all while putting out fires and dealing with uncertainty, pressure, and isolation. Many of us are still operating from belief systems we built when we were younger, belief systems rooted in fear, perfectionism, and survival. As entrepreneurs, we don't need another time management hack. We need to rebuild our internal foundation, because your business can only grow to the level of your mindset. Let me demonstrate some growth potential. Many entrepreneurs are service providers that honed their craft as employees and now want to build their own dream instead of the dreams of their bosses. Where we run into problems is, while it's now our name above the door, we still have an employee or service provider mindset. The mindset that we needed to get us to break out on our own, but not the mindset we need to flourish, expand, and lead our business to its full potential. You have to ask yourself, who do I need to be to do what's necessary to have the result I want? When you can answer that question and take action in alignment with the core values you've identified for yourself and your business, you'll be in the right mindset to succeed. And I help entrepreneurs rebuild their internal foundation by developing 4 pillars. The first is awareness. We dig into the thoughts, beliefs, and patterns keeping you stuck. This process is always an eye-opening revelation. It is truly shocking how we self-sabotage. Our first step is to identify and recognize our limiting beliefs. And from there, we need to rewire. So once we have a snapshot of our limiting belief system, we shed the beliefs that don't serve us and replace our outdated mental loops with new empowering beliefs. I want you to think of it like you would any operating system. It may have brought you to where you are now, but does it have the bandwidth and capability to take you and your business where you want to go? And from there, we hit the ultimate mindset buzzword, alignment. Are you living and acting in alignment? This step involves connecting to your core values and living and taking action from that center. This is a major sticking point for many of the entrepreneurs I work with, because they've never actually taken the time to determine what their core values or the core values of their business actually are. And the final step in rebuilding your entrepreneurial foundation is activation. Using your new mindset to build habits and strategies that support consistency and high performance. This is a simple but very powerful framework. It's not about theory, it's about transformation that shows up in how you lead, how you love, and how you live. This is the blueprint for the successful entrepreneur to achieve that ever elusive balance. You know how there are countless coaches offering to teach you their proprietary success method for 30, 50, even 100 grand? That just doesn't sit well with me. And this barrier to entry pissed me off in the fitness world as well. Because as great as it was to have an elite clientele paying 50 grand a year to go to the gym, I knew there were millions of people who needed our expertise but couldn't afford it. So to make this work accessible, I built the Mastery Mindset Library, which is a scalable, on-demand system of mindset tools, workshops, and video modules that entrepreneurs can plug into anytime, pick and choose the topics that they want to dive into, and go at their own pace. It's not therapy and it's not fluff. It's actionable mental conditioning for entrepreneurs, founders, and high achievers. And don't get me wrong, I still work one-on-one with high-level clients who value individual attention and focus on their immediate challenges. But I also recognize how valuable these lessons are for all entrepreneurs, from those that are in the planning stage to those who are knee-deep into their business and searching for a lifeline and some clarity. And that's what inspired the Mastery Mindset Library, which at $47 per month, it's a low friction, high value way for entrepreneurs to get daily reps in emotional fitness and build a practical foundation for their lives and their business. And let me demonstrate emotional fitness in action. Here's something simple that will completely change how you respond to setbacks starting today. The next time something doesn't go your way, you lose the deal, you get rejected, someone disappoints you, you feel that gut punch of frustration or self-doubt, I want you to pause, take a beat. Instead of reacting automatically, ask yourself this one question. What's the story I'm telling myself right now? Because most of the time, it's not the event that hurts us, it's the meaning we assign to it. We spin a narrative like, this always happens to me, I'm just not cut out for this, they don't value me, I knew I'd screw this up. And when you believe that story, you act from it. You shrink, you lash out, you retreat, you procrastinate and stall. But what if you paused long enough to ask, is this story useful? Is it helping me move forward or keeping me stuck? Will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 months, 5 years? And once you pause, ask yourself, what would a more empowering story sound like? Even if it's uncomfortable to believe at first. Maybe it's, this isn't rejection, it's redirection. Or that didn't go how I hoped, but now I know what to fix. And every great leader has setbacks. This is mine, and I'm going to grow from it. When you act from that story, everything shifts. Not because the situation magically changes, but because you do. That's emotional fitness, not suppressing your emotions, but training your response. Just like going to the gym builds muscle, this practice of catching your stories and choosing a better one builds mental and emotional strength. And here's what's wild. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Reps equals strength. One day you'll face a situation that would have wrecked you in the past, and now you'll walk through it with clarity and calm. And that's what I coach people to do. And it starts with this one simple habit of reframing your perspective. So if this resonated, you're exactly who I built this for. You are the high achiever, the ambitious go-getter looking for more purpose, direction, and fulfillment in your career and your life. So I want to give you something super valuable, something I usually reserve exclusively for my highest level clients. And actually, this has been so awesome, and I'm so grateful to Martin for sharing this podcast with the world that I'm going to give you two things. My first gift to you is the first and most critical step in my entire process. And like I said, it's typically reserved for my private clients. This is your Mindset Mastery Breakthrough Session, a 60-minute deep dive call where we will uncover the hidden beliefs keeping you stuck. We'll shift your mindset for unshakable confidence and map out a clear, actionable plan you can implement immediately to start creating the life and success you truly want. And for your second gift, I want to make it even easier for you to get emotionally strong, build laser focus, break your old patterns, and lead with clarity and power by giving you a 20% discount code for an entire year's access to the Mastery Mindset exclusive training library. This is a vast collection of continually updated, actionable workshops that will transform your mindset and empower you to become the successful entrepreneur and miracle creating person you were meant to be. And if you want both of these gifts, just as my personal way of thanking you for tuning in, go to my Instagram at michaelshaw.mindset. That's michaelshaw.mindset, and send me the word mastery. Once again, if you want both the Mindset Mastery Breakthrough Session and the Mastery Mindset Library discount code, DM me the word mastery on Instagram at michaelshaw.mindset, and I'll personally send them both over to you. And I want to leave you with this. Legacy isn't built from your highlight reel. It's built in the quiet, courageous moments when you choose growth over comfort. This mindset work, it's not just about you. It's about your family, your team, your community. Because when you transform your internal world, everything external changes too. And I wish you all tremendous success on your journey.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Imagine a space where triumphs, trials, and tales of entrepreneurship come alive. Welcome to the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Podcast, a gold awarded journey hosted by Martin Piskarik, connecting with listeners in 95 countries and ranking in the top 0.5% of all podcasts. Join our exclusive community, elevate your perspective, and embark on the path to success.